Once upon a time, there was a little black cat named Midnight. He lived in a cozy house with a kind old woman named Mrs. Peterson. Midnight was a very special cat. He had shiny black fur, bright green eyes, and a purr that sounded like a tiny motor. Midnight loved to play. He would chase after balls of yarn, pounce on his toy mouse, and bat at anything that moved. But most of all, he loved to explore. Every day, he would sneak out of the house and wander around the neighborhood. One day, Midnight was exploring when he came to a big, old tree. The tree was covered in leaves, and Midnight couldn't see what was on the other side. He was curious, so he walked around the tree. When he reached the other side, Midnight saw something that made his fur stand on end. It was a group of children, and they were all dressed up in costumes. They were celebrating Halloween. Midnight had never seen anything like this before. He was a little scared, but he was also very curious. He watched as the children laughed and played. They were having so much fun. Midnight decided to join the party. He ran up to the children and started to play with them. The children were surprised to see a black cat, but they were also happy to have him. They gave him some treats, and they even let him wear a costume. Midnight had so much fun at the Halloween party. He made new friends, and he learned that black cats are just as special as any other cat. When the party was over, Midnight went back home to Mrs. Peterson. She was so happy to see him, and she was even more happy to hear about his adventure. Midnight snuggled up next to her and purred his tiny motor. He was so happy to be home. Midnight lived a long and happy life with Mrs. Peterson. He never forgot his Halloween adventure.